What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about the Eberlestock Fade Transport 18 bag and kind of how I have it loaded out. Before we get into that, I just want to say thank you for all the support. Continue to like, comment, and subscribe, and share with a friend. I'm trying to build a channel, and hit that notification so you get notified of new videos when they drop. Enough about that. Let's talk about the new truck gun bag. So as I just said, I was in the market for a truck gun bag. I got a Flux Raider and I needed a bag for it. So Eberlestock makes awesome bags. They make the Transport 18 and the Transport 21. So they make two sizes specifically for a truck gun bag. Now the differences besides the sizes are the 21, if your weapon system is going to be like an AR pistol, an AR with a foldable like law stock, the 21 is going to fit the bill better. If you're going to be using something that's a size of like the Flux Raider, the 18 is sufficient. Or if you're just rolling with like a pistol and you just want to use it for tablet and computer, etc., the 18 will definitely fit the bill. But I was specifically looking for something for the Flux, and that's why I stumbled on this. It comes in two colors, black and green. I went with the black, and I'm just going to go through it, kind of show you all the pockets and what I have in it, and kind of just show you my loadout. So let's get into it. So right off the bat, they give you a nice kind of kangaroo pocket in here, long, not too wide, so you can't really build out and stuff a lot of stuff in there. But in there I have my wallet, my cell phone, and I would keep my keys in there. It does have another little inner pocket, if you see right there, kind of small, kind of that see-through pocket. So if you want to keep some money in there or any kind of like flat items, you can. It's you can't build it out too much because you'll have trouble kind of zipping it up. They give you two elastic pouches here on each side. I have a water bottle on one side, and if you hear that noise, it's just because when the water bottle's empty, I like keeping purification tablets in there in the jars just to have them on hand. So water bottle on that side, and on this side I keep my tourniquet in there. I have a Snake Staff Systems ETQ wide Gen 2 and a Sangeese pouch from Gray Fighter Gear. So this is like an EDC pouch you could put in your pocket as a clip, but again, it holds the tourniquet awesome, and it's just a easy pocket. I always like carrying a tourniquet with me, any bag or anytime anytime I have a bag or any EDC. So tourniquet in there. On top here, they kind of have that traditional pocket that almost all bags have, that's fleeced lined, and I keep my sunglasses in there. You could keep your cell phone, keys, wallet up here too, so it really just depends on how you want to set up. But I have my Oakleys in there. I like keeping extra batteries, so I kind of have a little case with some extra CR123s in there for whether my optics, my lights, etc. And I have a G-Shock analog watch in there. Say, Carlos, why do you have a G-Shock analog watch in there? I'll get to that later, why I have this in here, but I have that G-Shock in there. And that's basically it. If you see, it's fleece lined, pretty good sized pocket. You could definitely, fit some good items in there. And now we're going to be going into the bag itself. It doesn't have tons and tons of little pockets anywhere. It's kind of specifically for transport of a firearm system, right? So as you open the main compartment, it's not going to completely butterfly open. It kind of just half opens, all right? And I think that's for a reason. Now it is wide enough where you could keep some things in there. I have it built up with some pouches that are already filled. If I didn't have these pouches, you could keep some decent stuff in there, but it's not a huge area where you could stuff a tent or anything like that. Again, just want to say this isn't like a go bag. I don't have it set up like that. I have it specifically set up as a truck gun bag and some things to go with it. Like if it was an SHTF event, I have my bag that I would grab. If I have to go mobile, I have some good weapon systems that I feel comfortable with, right? So just going to talk about these pouches that I have here. Now, as the bag comes from Eberlestock, it's lined with Velcro on both sides, on this side, back. So you have tons and tons of real estate to add any Velcro pouches that you want. They make a lot of accessories. This is one of them, which is their Adapt accessories. So it's just kind of a see-through pouch. Again, You could use any pouches though, so you could use Amazon pouches. You don't have to use Eberlestock pouches. I kind of did a mixture, and I'll talk about that. So I have one of those pouches up here, as you see. I have another pouch down under it that you can't see, and this was about 30 bucks, and then I said, you know what, I had gotten it already, and I like these pouches, and I'm going to show you here. That's what's under there. This is by Savior Equipment. You could get these on Amazon. A Velcro lined in the back, see-through, just like like the Eberlestock, and you can fit a good amount in there. And what I like about these is they give you these kind of tabs that you could take on and off. They give you extra ones where you could write what it is, whether it's medical, tools, fire starting stuff, etc. So that's what's under there, and that one's full of medical. I'll pull it all out, I'll pull out what's in there, but that's what's under there. You can't really see it because it's in there and the bag doesn't butterfly open. What you see right here with this little lip that I'm opening here is another Adapt accessory, and that's the Faraday bag that they make from Eberlestock. So that's where this comes into play. So I have a Faraday bag. It's empty, but I have it just in case. Like I said, it's a SHTF event. You don't want to be tracked. You don't want to have a signal. You would open this up. That's where my cell phone would go. That's where my smartwatch would go, right? So I like having an analog watch with me, because if that goes in now, I can still obviously tell time, and I have a compass. I can still navigate with this watch, so I like carrying an analog watch like that. But that's Velcroed in there. Again, when you get this pouch from Eberlestock, the Faraday pouch, it has some MOLLE on the front of it, a Velcro line MOLLE, so you could add some things to it, and it's Velcro. Whole thing's Velcro, so it's Velcroed on. Excuse me, I have it on the inside of the bag for that specific reason. What you see up here, this board with shock cord, that's made by Vertex. I like these because they're very versatile. You could use them for whatever you want. It's just shock cord retention, a little board. It was about 20 bucks. Right now it's holding my sling for my flux, and the sling is in a Gray Fighter XC, which is not just specifically made for the flux. It's kind of like a Tigris board with an elastic band that stows away your sling with QDs, and you could attach that to your AR setup, your flux, so you have a sling and it's nice and stowed away. When you're going to deploy it, you just pull it out and get to work. So I have that in this spot, just because if I had it attached to the flux, the flux wouldn't really fit here too well. So I have my sling. If I need to use it, I would take my flux out and just pull my sling and clip it on. I'm good to go. And then I have a multi-tool. Always like carrying a multi-tool with me. This is just a Gerber, kind of the more simple, flips open. Doesn't have tons of tools, but it has scissors, Phillips head, etc., a few knives and whatnot. It was about 40 bucks. You could get them on Amazon. I forget the exact name of it. The NXT, I think. Yeah, Suspension NXT. Again, Velcro lined. So again, you have tons of real estate to kind of play around with any pouches you want. And then this little guy that I have right here behind the flux is just another small Velcro pouch that I got from Amazon just to keep a few things. So let's get into it. So what do I have in my Adapt pouch that I got from Eberlestock? Well, in there I have kind of my charging equipment. So in there I have my Poseidon Pro bank charger. Awesome bank charger. This is the charging cable that it comes with, and it's paracorded line. So if you need paracord, you could unravel it and use it. And the charging bank, and I have a Right in the Rain field notes pad. Always like to have one of these just in case I got to leave notes, say where I'm going, or take some notes. And it's raining out, I could still write. And the pen to go with it, it's just a Right in the Rain pen that folds into it, and you just fold it out when you want to use it. So that's basically all I have in there. Let me get that before I go there. Again, we said what we had there. Now in this pouch that I have from Savior Equipment on the bottom, I could get, it's just under here. In there I have full of medical. So it's going to be chest seals, Israeli bandage, quick clot, some gloves, compressed gauze, decompression needle. So just all medical. Always like carrying medical in my bag. I have my tourniquet over, I have my tourniquet over here, so I have my tourniquet as well. So that pouch is just going to be in medical. It's stowed away down below because it's something that, you're not going to be using all the time. So that's why I stowed it down there. I still have more room in the bag for more items if you wanted to keep a few layers. As you see, my arm's going in. That's how deep it is. So there's more room. Is there more room to add pouches? Not really. I kind of have the real estate filled up. But again, you could set up this bag any way you want. Now they give you your sleeve. Before I get into that, I forgot I have this one little pouch in here. And in here, I'm holding a lighter and a ferro rod. Just always like to have fire starting stuff with me. Again, it's not a to-go bag, but if I went mobile and I had to stay out, I could at least make fire, have water. So I always like at least having a lighter with me and a ferro rod. And this is just a small little scripture book that I always keep in a lot of my bags. Again, if I do have to stay out, it's good to read a few scriptures and keep in good faith with God there. So that's what I have in there. Let me leave it out as I go. And now in the main compartment, we've got the Flux Baby. Fits right in. Now it looks like it would be for like a computer sleeve, but it's not. That's where they keep their their weapon system. Now it has these hooks here. It did come with a strap, so if you are maybe possibly running on an AR that's a little higher, the buttstock might be here. You could strap it so it's not flopping around. I didn't need to use that strap because the Flux kind of fit right in, so I took it out. But it's just a strap that you could cinch for that. Again, it's a deep pocket. There is a Velcro line in there, but again, you're not going to really be able to put pouches in if you're going with your Flux. Right there, right? Got the pistol brace that comes out. So again, break it down. I did a video on this Flux. If you want to check it out, you could go through it. Safe for the video. I just have the mags in for, just to show you in full weight. But again, I did a full video if you're curious of what I have in there. But it fits the Flux, as you could see, completely in, all the way in. Even if I want to put the pistol brace in, and you won't even know it's there. If you see it's completely in that pocket, but you could grab it. So it just fits the Flux perfectly. So let's just take that out for the video. We went over that. So that's basically in that main compartment. That's what you have. My only pet peeve is it's always when bags don't fully zip down. It could be, like I said, for a reason, because it's kind of just a quick open to grab your weapon. But again, I feel like you could get more function if it fully zips, butterflies open. But it is what it is. So let's zip that open. Let's zip that closed. Sorry. Oh, and one little thing here. They have all these little tabs on the side. I think it's for that strap. I just used it and put a Sharpie in there, so I have a Sharpie in there. I just saw it as I was closing the bag. Let's close that up. Now going to the main compartment in the back. Before I go into that, I'll show you guys this carabiner because I saw it on somebody else's video. It's pretty cool. It's made by Gear Aid. So yes, it looks like a typical carabiner, but what's cool about it is if you take it off, it becomes like a hanger. So these bags are heavy, and sometimes you might not have you might have like a tube somewhere to hang it, and you won't be able to hang it from the strap. What's cool about that is you could hang it from anywhere. So I've been buying these and kind of putting them on my packs because it's super cool to have. I think they were maybe $15 on Amazon. It's made by Gear Aid. Pretty cool. So I have that strapped in just in case I have to hang it. Now to get to kind of where your EDC pocket is on the back, they give you this pretty cool handle here. Usually like Vertex bags has like that big the big strap. This is pretty cool. It kind of fits right off your hand and you just pull it right down. So it gives you one of these. You can buy these from Eberlestock and add, if you wanted, 2 of them. I may do that, but again, this is what came with. It came with one. So let me just move this out of the way so we could open it. So this back compartment here completely butterflies open, and that is your 2 panels here of full Velcro lined. This is kind of my EDC section. Again, you have this full section here. You could do it whichever way you want. I like keeping it attached to the bag opposed to having it here. They do give you the opening for running a body panel, right? A ballistic panel in there, which you can. Premier makes them. All right. You could also, they have the cutout down here if you want to do like a hydration bladder and have it in there. I have nothing in there right now. I don't have a ballistic panel, but that's what that's for. And now you have kind of the hard panel here where, again, you could use both sides. I liked using this side. So I'll go start from the top. This is just an Amazon holder with little elastic bands. I have a bunch of chem lights in there and my light, which is a which is the Nightcore EDC 31, super bright. It's like 3,500 lumens. So I have my light there. I have 2 extra bands where I could keep some other things, and like I said, some chem lights. This was like $5 on Amazon. Velcro lined again. You have a tons of real estate to add more pouches if you wanted. I even have this side here for pouches. What I don't like is when you put too much and now your pack kind of takes on a different form. This is perfect, and they give you enough space for it to stay completely kind of, flat, and it's comfortable on your back when I'll put the bag on just to show you guys. So I like that about it, but you do have tons of space for more packs. And now I have my EDC, and I'll show you guys. Right, so I have my knife here on a board and my pistol. Now this is a P320. I may be changing it out for a Glock, and I am, because I'm carrying my Glock. I'm not carrying my P320 with all that's going on, even though you see the Fluxrator, which is a P320, but you don't have to keep it charged. In this setup, I don't have to keep one in the chamber. This isn't like carrying appendix. This isn't like carrying like in a fanny pack. That I've been using my Glock just with what's going on. But right now I had the holster for my X carry, so that's what I'm using. This is a T-Rex holster that's there, and I'll show you guys how I set that up. And then I have an extra mag here in a little Haley strategic pouch that just holds a mag, and I have one mag. They all use the same mags because it's all P320 based. So right now with a Fluxrator, a mag, and one in the gun, I have 4 mags, and I have tons of room if I wanted to have, extra and more mags. So again, that's what I have as an EDC right now, but that can change. It's just that's the holster I had. Now what I do want to show you is these boards. These are super cool, and it worked out perfectly for the EDC. These are made by Gritter, Gritr. I got them on Amazon. They're, if you could see here, sorry guys, if you could see here, it's just a polymer kind of laser cut board with Velcro. They give you eyelets so you could use shock cord. They give you all the hardware so you could put any knife sheath. This is a medium size. This is a large size where I have my holster again, so you could keep. I put my sheath there so I could get to my knife. If you're curious, because I got a lot of questions on this knife, this is a Shea Butler knife. He custom make these really nice. Check them out, Shea Butler. But again, fits that knife perfectly, full of Velcro, and you could put this any way you want, any angle you want. Super cool. You get to it, it holds it perfectly. Again, really holds with Velcro, and you could put that sheath any kind of angle you want. It gives you tons and tons of laser cut slots, holes, etc. And it comes with all the hardware, spacers, anything you need, rubber spacers to kind of build it out. Super cool and super cheap. When you're talking about these panels, there's other companies that make them that are 60, 70 bucks. This medium size was 15 bucks. The large was 20 bucks on Amazon, and working great. So that's super cool. So I got my knife there, and I'll just pull out man, it really sticks, which is great. And this is the holster. Again, you just take the hardware off your holster. Like if you have like a QLS or something, like a fork there, you would take it off and you just you angle the holster any way you want. I'm still kind of playing around with it. I just kind of got these, but so far they're working great. Again, you have eyelets here for shot cord if you want to, add something else to it. But again, you could put this any angle here. Again, so you could put this any angle you want, and it's going to stick right to it. I have it kind of just straight up right there, and perfect. Said I got my extra mag, which is the Haley Strategic, just single pouch. And that's basically how I have the EDC kind of board that they give me set up. So I'm carrying my pistol and the flux in there, so I'm covered. Again, you could utilize this any way you want. They give you tons of real estate. This is a very rigid board, which I like because it helps out when you have this on your back. I can't feel the holster system in my pistol. That's one pet peeve of mine, or an issue with a lot of EDC bags. Once you put your holster and your firearm in, you kind of feel it, or it lumps it out, or kind of deforms the bag. If you see right here, I have everything. When you zip it up, you can't. It doesn't change the form of the bag, which I like, and that's probably because of this rigid panel that the Eberlestock put back here. If you see it, it's perfectly flat, so it's not going to bulge out of you as you wear it. And again, super comfortable. Just showing you guys, it's lined kind of with that whatever that foam is, so it's breathable. It's comfortable. Straps are comfortable, so you get the straps here and your strap across your chest. So again, and even with the flux on it, which it's not in there, all weighted down, you barely feel it with this bag. It's really comfortable, as you could see with the EDC there. It doesn't deform the pack at all. You don't see that lump. You wouldn't know I'm carrying. You just might. It looks just like a book bag where I might probably have my laptop and tablet, etc., which you have room for as well if you want to carry that. So again, and you have your strap here with multiple positions on where you want to put it. Here, very, very comfortable. Sits perfectly. It doesn't feel like like it's evenly distributed. I'm really, really impressed with this pack, guys. And did I miss anything? And that's it. They also have it very rigid here on the bottom for it to basically stand up. This table is a little wonky, but the bag will stand up, opposed to if it was kind of flat here on the bottom. Bags tend to kind of flop over. But that's basically it. I didn't miss any compartments. It's not tons and tons of pockets in this bag, but it's exactly utilized for what it is. It has your compartment for your firearm in here, your sleeve, whether it's an AR or like you saw, like I'm doing the flux. Velcro to add a lot of pouches if you want, or keep it slick if you don't want. If you want to have it as a go bag, a small go bag, or you want a bigger, get the 21. You could just have your AR or flux in here, and you could fit a good amount without having the pouches that I have, which take up a good amount of real estate. This Faraday bag you could put in the back. I've seen that as well, so I could have options there if I want to take it out. The reason I put it down in here is because it's something I'm not utilizing all the time, right? I'm not putting my stuff in a Faraday bag every day. It's just if it was that scenario, I have it. So that's kind of why I put it in the bag and down here. And again, it has Velcro on the front, so if I do need the room to attach things to it, I can. And that's it, guys. I haven't really been in the rain with it to let you know, hey, how it holds to water and all that. But I could tell you, as far as carrying it fully loaded as it's been, super comfortable, great size bag. Really, really like it. Eberlestock just makes really, really nice stuff. The price of the bag, I did want to look just to tell you guys, because I didn't say that in the beginning of the video. So I know I have it up here. I believe it was $169 the pack was. Just want to make sure I have the right price. I think it was $169 for the 18. The 21 is a little more. No, sorry, $199. 169 for the 18, 199 for the 21. Wasn't much more for the 21. I just didn't need the size, and this was the perfect size. So I'm glad I got the 18 for myself. But that's it, guys. Just wanted to do kind of just show you the loadout, show you the bag, show you, the features and all that. Awesome bag. If you need a truck gun specifically for your AR or like a flux like I'm running, get this bag. Now, if you're looking for a bag just to carry your pistol, kind of your EDC, they make smaller. They have the Fade kind of sling bag, and they have a Fade fanny. That would be your ticket for that. This bags are going to be specifically for transporting an AR, like a PCC, something small, AR pistols, fluxes, things like that. And look on their website; they give you a few examples. But if you're just looking for like an EDC bag, they have other options. Check out the Fade line. Check out Eberlestock. They make great stuff. And that's it, guys. That's all I got. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys have this bag and kind of how you have it set up. And if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. And I will see you on the next one. Stay safe out there, guys. Dale.